Pistol submitted in Rex Masai case did not match a fatal bullet. Now, the inquest into the death of 29-year-old protester Rex Masai continued on Monday, with a senior firearms examiner revealing that the bullet fragment taken for examination by the Independent Policing Oversight Authority for examination did not match the pistols submitted by police for testing and must have come from a live fire rifle round. Now, testifying before the Nairobi court, Senior Superintendent Alex Mdindi Mwadawiro of the Directorate of Criminal Investigation in the headquarters told the inquest that the damaged bullet jacket handed over by IPOA on July 1st, 2024 was part of a rifle cartridge weighing 0.38 grams. And the officer ruled out the pistol submitted from DCI Central Police Station, explaining that they were of a different caliber and could not have discharged the fatal shot. Now, instead, he said the exhibit was consistent with rifles such as the Russian AK-1, the Israeli Galil, or Kenya's locally produced Chalbi rifle. But the officer admitted under cross-examination that his findings were inclusive, as none of the firearms capable of firing the bullet had actually been presented for testing. Now, these are the full details to the story.
It was a pistol which was mentioned in the memo form by IPOA, which was not submitted for examination. Copper. Yeah. And the bullet could either be steel or lead. So because it was missing, I could not determine the element of it.
That's the site that was serving the subscriber.
Yes,
so it means then the subscriber was in the proximity of that site.
Okay.
Yes.
Was in the proximity of St.
Mary's.
Good. Then the next one?
Kencom.
The president says we must stop with the negativity. Kenya is not a failed state. Now, President William Ruto has pushed back against critics questioning his administration's performance, insisting the country is on the right track. Speaking in Gikambura, Kikuyu, during the burial of Mzee Isaac Ishugwa, father of National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, Ruto announced that Kenya is set to achieve its highest maize harvest in history, projecting close to 75 million bags this year. The president has pushed back against critics questioning his administration's performance, insisting the country is on the right track. Now, the president described the bumper harvest as a milestone in the country's food security efforts. This is more than the 70 million bags that Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe on Saturday said the government expects this year. And at the same time, President praised Ichung'wah as a steadfast ally in government and parliament, describing him as more than just a political partner. And here is the president speaking in Kikuyu yesterday.
We must stop the negativity. We must not stop the naysayers and those who speak negatively about our country. Kenya is not a failed state. Kenya is a great nation. I just want to assure you that as we move this journey, we will move together. I am very confident about the future of our nation.
Mzee Isaac Ngugi Ichung'wah is speaking to us as one of the fathers of the land, the elders of Kenya. He's talking to us that we must be honest.
I refuse to get into ethnic-based politics because I am not raised that way, and it is not the legacy that my father would have wanted to see either in me or in any of our brothers.
He has taken many bullets on my behalf. He has carried huge burdens on my behalf. Burdens that even my own brothers could not.
Our big lesson is to be patriotic, to embrace everybody.
in police recruiting, in police recruits and hiring. Now, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and the Independent Policing Oversight Authority have announced a new partnership aimed at ensuring integrity in the upcoming police recruitment and addressing long-standing corruption concerns within the Kenya Police Service. Speaking at a joint meeting in Nairobi, EACC headquarters, the Commission's chairman, David Oginde, said the collaboration comes at a crucial time as the National Police Service prepares to recruit 10,000 new officers. Here are the full details to the story.
We have agreed that we'll work together as the two commissions to see how we can monitor whatever is happening within the recruitment of police officers that is soon upcoming, and even the future ones, so that the members of the public can participate in a free, fair and transparent recruitment.
The recruitment gives an opportunity to the leadership of the police and to the governance institutions to ensure that the intake, the recruitment of the 10,000 officers is done in a more transparent and efficient manner to ensure that there is public confidence in the exercise.
Every year when we do surveys, both locally and internationally, the police service seems to come up at the top of that survey list of the most corrupt institutions. And this is something that we do not celebrate.
As the police service is set out to recruit 10,000 new police officers, KDF has also invited applicants for October 2025 mass recruitment. And the Kenya Defence Forces has announced its 2025 nationwide recruitment exercise, inviting skilled professionals and officers aspiring to serve in its ranks. And the 2025 intake includes openings for General Service Officer, GSO, and cadets, specialist officers, tradesmen and women, and other specialized roles in fields such as education, engineering, ICT, mass communication, legal and supply chain management. According to KDF, the recruitment exercise will take place countrywide in October 2025. And full applicants will undergo rigorous selection and training processes designed to instill discipline, patriotism, and technical competence. Interested applicants are urged to confirm eligibility criteria and ensure they meet the academic, physical, and professional standards required. For a GSO graduate cadet post, applicants must hold a mean grade of B plane in KCSE with C+ in English, mathematics, and one science subject. Must be a bachelor's degree holder from a recognized university institution. The training period for this category will be 15 months. And for the GSO regular cadet, must hold a minimum mean grade of B plane in KCSE with C+ in English, mathematics, and one science subject. The training period for this category will cover 3 years, leading to a BSc degree in Defense and Security Studies upon completion. For specialist officers position, the applicants must have at least a B plane in KCSE with C+ in English, mathematics, and one science subject, except for chaplains, imams, who must hold a minimum mean grade of C+ in KCSE, must be a degree holder from a recognized university or institution and be registered with a statutory body where applicable in the respective discipline. The training period for specialist officers will be 6 months. In addition, KDF is recruiting tradesmen and women under 2 categories. Those applying with a craft or certificate must have a minimum mean grade of D+ in KCSE and either a relevant certificate with government trade test grade 2 or craft 2 from a recognized institution. Now, while applicants with a diploma must have a minimum mean grade of C plain in KCSE, a relevant diploma or above from a recognized institution, and be registered with the relevant statutory bodies where applicable. This is your dailies this morning, and we started off with the Standard. War against Matiang'i. And former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i's declaration 4 months ago that he will run for president in 2027 has clearly struck a nerve in President William Ruto's camp. Behind the scenes, a covert plan is in motion with the state machinery rolled out, senior civil servants flexing power, money changing hands, and threats issued, all aimed at clipping Matiang'i's rising stature in Nyanza and across the country. That is a story that you'll find on pages 6 and 7 of the Standard this morning. It's true, professionals from the Gusii community met. You can't threaten someone because of his or her political beliefs. These were top professionals from our community. Julius Ogambo, Education CS, is quoted as saying, but also they are here every weekend, flying in a dozen helicopters, intimidating civil servants, bribing people in the name of economic empowerment rallies. Where is money coming from? Richard Onyonka, Kisii senator, is also quoted as saying. Now, sleuths are flying flying in city without CCTV. And despite millions sank into the integrated urban surveillance system between 2012 and 2015, Nairobi has no working CCTV to capture real-time crime in the CBD and major roads. Now, a week after lawyer Kello Mbobu was gunned down in a hail of bullets, detectives still have no solid leads and are left to hope and pray for good Samaritans to step forward. That is a story that you'll find on pages 5 of the Standard this morning. From the Standard now to the Daily Nation, campaign podium. The State House is pictured, but also a mirage of people are pictured in the Nation this morning. Now, President Ruto has opened State House gates to delegations from across the country, explaining the meetings with diverse interest groups are intended to resolve their grievances and let them have a say in governance. But critics counter that the seat of power has been turned into a platform for partisan political campaigns amid queries as to the source of millions being doled out to attendees. That is a story that you'll find on pages 4 and 5 of the Standard this morning. Now, there is an account of the delegations hosted at State House. August 7, Boda team. August 9, Nairobi Youth. August 15, Nyamira and Kisii. August 29th, Meru. September 2nd, Kuria West and Kuria East. September 2nd, Turkana. September 11th, Kisii. September 12th, Murang'a. September 13th, 10,000 teachers were hosted at State House. And away from that, a crisis in public universities as dawns are set to strike. And also education, TSC's new plan to end junior school turf wars. That is on page 7 of the Nation. And a crime in the footsteps of Kwabinzaro cult victims. That is a story that you'll find on page 3 of the Standard of the Daily Nation this morning. But a stillbirth, then cancer. That is in your DN2 pullout in the Healthy Nation. Grab yourself a copy to get to read about those stories.
On the first half, Manchester City got the lead through Phil Foden, which was assisted by Jeremy Doku, and eventually the match ended 3 2-0 in the favor of Manchester City. There were many talking points, with goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma making various saves, denying Benjamin Sesko twice and Brian Mbeumo twice. Donnarumma reminded Manchester City players and fans what a good goalkeeper looks like. Apart from goal-playing abilities, saves is one of the crucial in the goalkeeping department. Erling Haaland had a good match whereby he scored 2 goals, and he had a well-rounded match day whereby he could drop deep to hold the ball and he could also drop deep to defend. Manchester City went to this match without 2 well-rounded fullbacks, whereby Nico O'Reilly and Abdulkadir Kusanov were forced to play at the fullbacks as 3 and 2 respectively. Manchester United failed to capitalize on these areas and exploit the weakness of Manchester City fully. Ruben Amorim has insisted on his post-match interview that he is not going to change his philosophy. Nevertheless, if Ineos wants the change of philosophy, they have to change the manager. That means they have to sack him. But he is going to stick to his philosophy. Elsewhere, at the Italian Serie A, Fiorentina played host to Napoli, whereby Napoli secured the win 2-1. Former Manchester United striker Rasmus Højlund was among those who were on the score sheet. Together with Kevin De Bruyne, they helped Napoli achieve a win, thus cementing their credentials as one of the teams who are eagerly chasing the Scudetto and aided their defense as the defending champions. Elsewhere, at the Derby d'Italia, Juventus played host to Inter, a thrilling match, 7-goal garol, whereby Juventus won 4-3. Juventus had taken the lead through defender Lloyd Kerry before Hakan Çalhanoğlu equalized, and later Kenan Yildiz ensured Juventus went at the break, leading 2-1. After the break, Inter Milan equalized through Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Marcus Thuram, giving Juventus a 3-2 lead, whereby Juventus were forced to come from behind and equalized through Keflam Thuram and a late winning goal through Advicic, who ensured Juventus took all 3 points. One of the talking points was, are Juventus back? Are they among the title contenders to secure the Scudetto? After a long wait without winning the Scudetto, has the time really come? Igor Tudor has done a good and magnificent job helping Juventus to return to the summit of the top flight of Serie A. At La Liga Santander, Real Sociedad hosts Real Madrid, an thrilling game whereby Real Madrid finished the match 10 men after Dean Hansen was sent off early in the first half. At the beginning of the match, Arda Güler thought he had given Real Madrid the lead until VAR intervened and the goal was overruled for offside. Kylian Mbappe and Arda Güler were on the score sheet as Real Madrid scored 2-1 and ensured the win. Mikel Oyarzabal scored the consolation goal for Real Sociedad. After a long wait since the La Liga season kick-started, Atletico Madrid had failed to win a game, and that winless run came to an end this weekend after Atletico Madrid won 2-0 against Villarreal, courtesy of Pablo Barrios and Nico Gonzalez. Elsewhere, Barcelona hosted Valencia, winning 6-0. Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Fermin Lopez were among the goal scorers as they scored 2 goals each to ensure Barcelona won the match 6-0. Manager Hans Flick had disciplined Rafinha, who was late for the activation session, by benching him, so he had to come from the bench. This serves as a warning and a reminder that discipline is paramount and there is no negotiation for for indiscipline. At the World Athletics Championship, which are held at Tokyo, Japan, Beatrice Chebet won 10,000 meters women category, ensuring Kenya has attained a gold. Elsewhere, Paris Jepchirchir won the women marathon, securing the second Kenyan gold. Now Kenya has 2 golds, 0 silver and 0 bronze. The American and Jamaican rivalry was freshly rekindled at the 100 meters for men and women, whereby Oblique Seville secured the win for 100 meters men, followed by Kishane Thompson, both from Jamaica, and Noah Lyles completed the podium by winning the bronze. On the women category, Melissa Jefferson won the gold, representing America. Tina Creon won silver, representing Jamaica. And Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion, won bronze, completing the podium. Elsewhere, Alphonse Simbu from Tanzania won the men marathon, securing the first ever gold for Tanzania in this tournament. Alphonse Simbu won the first ever gold for Tanzania in the men marathon by edging out Almanat from Germany. In the world of motorsports racing, the Misano Grand Prix, which took place on Sunday. After crashing at the sprint race, Marc Marquez came back stronger and ensured the win at Misano Grand Prix, ahead of Marco Bezzecchi and his little brother Alex Marquez. Now, if Marc Marquez wins at Japan, that will all but seal the World Drivers' Championship, is the 9th in total. In the boxing world, Canelo Alvarez came face to face with Terence Bud Crawford for the undisputed super middleweight match, whereby Terence Crawford won via unanimous decision, thus becoming the first man in the modern 4 belts era to become undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Now Canelo has lost 3 matches against Dimitri Bivol, Floyd Mayweather, and now against Crawford. Despite Crawford being 37 years old or older than Canelo Alvarez, who is 35 years old, he managed to control the distance, landed more power punches with precision and accuracy, whereby earning the victory via unanimous decision. UEFA Champions League matches are back after a long wait, whereby Bayern Munich will play host to Chelsea. Liverpool will play against Atletico Madrid. Defending champions Paris Saint-Germain will play against Atalanta. Manchester City will host Napoli, hereby welcoming back Kevin De Bruyne since he left the Etihad as a free agent and signed for Serie A giant Napoli. On our category, the player of the week, this week we are looking at Gianluigi Donnarumma. Gianluigi Donnarumma was born on 25th February 1999 in Italy at Stabia. He played his professional debut on 25th October 2015, featuring for AC Milan against Sassuolo. Donnarumma has played for various clubs including AC Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, and now Manchester City. He has won titles such as Champions League, UEFA Euro 2020, among others. That's all I have from Sports World. My name is Willie Mandela.